for it. But I will gladly admit, yes, I'm not that effective of an email marketer. I would actually much rather hand it over to somebody else and go, listen, I know this is proven, so you just write the stuff. I already know it. So just there you go, right? All right. Well, no, Michael's saying, thank you very much for the insight. We've got another follow-up, but it seems very similar because basically, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but he's asking, is it better to send them to an external website or fan page with a like campaign because it will cost less if you keep them in Facebook? And it sounds like you guys already pretty much answered that, though, right? Like you don't want to.
I'm gonna chime in and I'm gonna tee Will up on this one. It is true that if you keep your traffic inside of Facebook, that your costs are going to be less.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense, doesn't it? They don't want you to leave. They'll allow you to point a link wherever it goes, as long as it passes their terms and conditions. But they really would prefer you to do everything inside of a tab or on their page or something like that. That is a question, and no offense to the person asking the question, that's a question that you should only concern yourself with if where you're sending them won't make you money. If I'm going to pay a lot more to put them over on a squeeze page and I'm just opting them into a list and I don't have a low price offer on the back, if I don't have a way to monetize that thing right there, then yeah, you should probably be concerned about whether or not that's a smart thing to do. If what you're doing is making an offer via your ad and it's converting, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like the difference between 8 cents and 16 cents is not a fundamentally huge deal at that point. What do you say about that, Will?
Yeah, I think what they're asking about keeping traffic within Facebook, right, Zane?
Yeah, versus
yes, versus pushing.
Link.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So absolutely, you want to, in all my testing, keep it on Facebook. But there's a way that we're doing that. We're showing our ads are pointing to a post on Facebook, and then from the post it goes off.
Oh, hey, not bad.
Without giving too much away, that's kind of what we're doing. And on that post, right at the bottom, there's the ability to like, comment, and share. So that post now actually becomes our sales page because you get comments and you get shares.
Ah, okay.
Social proof, and you get friends tagging their friends in the post. And honestly, I make 40 to 50% of my sales just from people sharing the post.
Nice.
Which actually leads me to another issue, just real quick on Facebook. Nice. That's awesome. The thing,
You're like a shock jock. I feel like I'm on the radio show. It's awesome.
With just getting kind of into something else, on the conversion pixel, people always say it doesn't work with Facebook because it's not accurate. It doesn't keep accurate results, but it actually does. It keeps accurate results of who clicked the ad and who got a sale, like who converted to a sale. But what it doesn't track is when a post is shared and somebody buys from the share, it doesn't register as a conversion. So that's why people get confused. Yeah, there's a lot of confusion there. And that's why some people say don't use it, it doesn't work. Basically, those people they haven't used it enough to know what they're talking about, I think. So, but this is just a matter of stuff that I've learned through experimenting over the years, and there's always a reason for it. But yeah, keep your traffic on Facebook, but there's a way to keep it on and get it off at the same time, I guess.
Right.
All right. Well, no. Thank you for answering the questions, and of course the folks who are here live. Thank you for asking because it makes the interview that much more interactive and interesting. So, since we don't have any more questions from the live audience at the moment, I'm just going to keep moving forward. So, we've talked about a lot of really cool stuff, and you guys have given some amazing tips. I hope those of you who are watching are writing these down. But all this sounds really cool, and it sounds like it's going to be easy to implement and easy to get started right away. But now we get down to where the rubber meets the road and talking about brass tacks. So how much are we talking about as far as an investment for this content?
For the content? Like for the launch?
Yes.
Oh, I never sell my stuff for a lot of money. I've learned that Most people ultimately they just want a good read. Unfortunately, there's not enough action takers out there, so I don't like to charge very much. What we're going to do is we're launching on Tuesday, and we essentially are having what equates to like a six-day kind of like a launch special, and then it's going to roll up. And then what we'll do, and this is kind of a fun thing. I like this stuff. I know that sometimes buyers hate it and they get irritated with me or whatever, but we're going to continue to escalate the price. So for me, what I like to do is to give my customers a really great deal. So the only way I can do that and also have it be as part of the launch is to have very, very special pricing. And I used to do it for an hour, and people would yell at me because it was like the middle of the night for them. And then I did it like and so I just I've tried to simplify some of the stuff for myself. And so we're gonna have a really, really special pricing for the first 48 hours, and then it's gonna start to go up from there. And it'll level itself out, I think, on Sunday. But it's gonna be a dime sell. It's gonna trickle. And then it's going to bump, and it's going to trickle. It's like a new dance, trickle and a bump, right? So that's how it's going to work. So anyone who's watching, I just set up, this is what I was doing over here. I thought, oh, this could be helpful for people if they want, is that we have a squeeze page or an opt-in page or whatever you want to call it. But it's basically I just put up a little page where you can put your name and your email in there, and you'll go on a special list that I'll make. So if you're my customer, you're going to know about it. If you're Will's customer, right? If you're already on one of our lists, you're going to know about it. But if not, and you would like to get that early notification, we've got a little page set up for people.
Awesome.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, no, it sure does. So
it's going to start at less than $10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
so,
and from what
go from there.
There you go. Okay, so from what I'm understanding is that you want to get in this sooner than later, right? Because of the special offer overall, but then the special offer. That's why you guys are watching this interview now, so that when the time is right, you are all over it. And these guys they're offering a good product, and you really need to check it out. So the next question comes very product related after the cost. Everybody's got their own reasons, but everybody does like to know what the refund policy is like, or if you even have one, right? Some people don't even like to offer a refund policy.
No, I always offer a refund policy. I think that I think it makes sense, and when it's not a sweater that you're able to put on, and see if it fits, as you can't test drive and stuff like that. So I have a pretty basic refund policy, which is it's a 30-day policy. So within 30 days, if you're not satisfied with what you got, you can ask me, and I've got the support desk and ask for a refund. I have historically low refund rates. So when the industry average is something around 18% and I run it around 2%, I'm pretty pleased.
Hey, 2%.
Yeah. So, but there's people out there. It's not what they bargained for. They don't. Like the font that I use in the report.
That's the number one reason why I refund is the I don't like the font.
is the readability.
This is not sans serif.
Exactly.
So, all right. Well, you know what? I do got to say I'm like 2%. Impressive. Nice. Impressive, right? All right. So with that said, of course, everybody who's watching these interviews also understands that when it comes to a particular product, sometimes there are other products that are offered later. Sometimes people like to keep it a surprise. I don't know. Is there some kind of additional offer, some extra training that people can look forward to once they get it, or is it just like nah, just come on in?
Well, I mean, if you've taken the time to watch this, I absolutely don't mind sharing our simple little sales funnel, right? So, and it really goes back to what we were discussing earlier. So there is not some radical thing that's going to happen and blow yourself, like, oh, you're going to trick me into a $5,000 consultation. That's not happening. We have two offers here. There's a front end, which is going to be the report, and then there's going to be the video versions of that stuff. So we already discussed it. Again, I like to do it that way because there's people who don't care about video. and I don't want to force them into it, or vice versa. So we have a really simple little offer where get the content right here in the form of a PDF, and also Will is going to be walking you through in a step-by-step manner, so that you literally see him doing his business, and you get to see how everything works. So to me, and we're not going to and we don't gouge on the offer. I mean, together it's an incredibly inexpensive investment. And to me, I always get both. Like when I get that offer, I like it that way. I like getting the book, and then I say, oh, good, and now there's supplemental video, awesome. Because what happens in those videos is that it's like we were saying a minute ago, is that you're like, once you're just kind of like, oh, I'm teaching them and I'm doing all this stuff, you're talking, and stuff is going to come out that doesn't make the report. So there's always little nuggets, and that is just hard to teach in a PDF that we are able to show in a much simpler fashion on video. So that's the sales funnel.
Awesome. Okay. No, and I'm sure there's everybody appreciates that, right? I mean, I think that's one of the great reasons about why people buy products from you guys and says such a low refund rate. It's that, okay, this makes sense. It's good quality. Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm getting a good feeling out of this instead of a hesitant feeling. I'm like, should I really get it? It's one of those situations that. Well, again, the reason why you're on this interview in the first place is because I like you. I've seen your work, and I really respect you guys in your marketing.
Thank you. I think there's too many guys out there when it comes to sales funnels. I think they sell the car and then they dangle the keys.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, and I just don't personally like that. And I think that there's enough people that do that where there's a large enough percentage of the audience that gets they're worried. Like they get worried about a sales funnel because they think, oh my God, this is some disastrous trail of breadcrumbs that's going to lead me into a $5,000 commitment, and I don't even know if this damn thing works.
Yeah.
And I don't do that. I mean, I'm sure I could make a lot more money if I created these elaborate sales funnels, and but I don't like to do it.
Yeah, like we've all bought products, and you buy it, and then you get another one-time offer, and then another one-time offer, and then a downsell on the one you just said no to. And then a downsell on the first one you said no to, and then a third one, and then an exit pop, and you're like, really? I just want the product. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
My God. That drives me nuts, so I'm not going to do that to other people.
Yeah, I don't like to do it.
Well, cool, good. Well, then, I mean, there's the long and short of it, folks. We do have one more question, and it's something that since I'm not as involved in Facebook, I have seen the topic come up quite a few times, and it really comes down to the scraping of UIDs from a custom audience, right? Like, where is there an official stand that Facebook has? Is there documentation that's like this is how it is, or is it one of those things that's constantly open to debate?
There's a lot of misinformation about this because somebody will scrape them, and then they'll say, "Well, I got my account banned because I use user IDs." Yeah, because you use them in a way that you're not allowed to use them, or say it's a closed group or a secret group, and you got the user IDs off it because you use some software, and there's software readily available that will do this. But just because the software is there, it doesn't mean you should do it. If you're doing it and following their rules, you're fine. If you're doing it in a way that they don't want you to do it, then you're going to get banned. You're going to get your account banned. It's simple. So I've read a lot of posts on a lot of marketing forums about people, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, I had this scraper that got me user IDs from this closed group, and I did a campaign, and I got my account banned." Yeah, you did, because you're not allowed to do that. If it's an open group, fine, you can do that. And I use custom audiences pretty much, well, on a lot of my campaigns I use them, and I've even written my own, not scrapers, but software that takes what Facebook gives you through their API. If they allow it on their API, basically you can use it. If they don't allow it on their API, you can't use it. So the software out there that's kind of, well, there's one that says it's like the dark side. Do it. Right. Don't go to the dark side.
Right.
You'll get banned.
I think that these kind of questions and these kind of ideas and really the software is just helping you to perform a tactic, right? So the software is just enabling a particular tactic. That tactic is, how do I really laser in on people? And I think that's often common sense rules the day. Facebook is not aggressively monitoring the custom audience deal. Now, they may at some point. If you go to their terms and conditions, what they're basically saying is you have to have prior permission to be able to market to a custom audience. So even what Will said is incorrect, and you know what I mean? But they're not monitoring that. They're not policing it. So often what happens is people are using this software, they're extracting all this data, and then they're banging the hell out of that thing for crazy reasons. And they're outlandish offers. And so I think so much of the banning is coming probably as much from whatever they're trying to send them to than the fact that they're using the audience. But you have to remember that in Facebook's custom audience land, you go in there, there's the
by selling lists to other people that they're not allowed to sell.
right.
And it's basically Facebook saying, screw you, I'm making money off that, not you. You're not making money off my users. That's all it boils down to. So
Sure.
you did that, your account's gone. You don't sell our users to other people.
No, exactly. So I think you just I think again common sense makes. I mean, I am probably on 75 different custom audiences just for joint venture launches. I mean, how many product launches, and it's why? Because I'm part of a particular set of groups and I get, pulled into that. So my feed is constantly promote this product, buy this other product, get on my launch, and stuff like that. But those feel like relevant ads to that part of my life. And you know what I mean? So I think that, again, you want to be smart about that kind of stuff. You don't just sit there, pull out 50,000 people, drop them in a custom audience, and then throw them over just because they joined Weight Watchers, and then throw them over on some kind of crazy weight loss scam offer. Yeah. I mean, you want to get yourself banned? That's the way to do it. So I think that you need to be smart and sensible, and so more of it has to do not with the custom audience, but what the offer is, because that's where people are breaking most of Facebook's rules is in the stuff that they're trying to promote.
Yeah, no, I can see that. All right, well, you know what? Actually, someone's already starting to ask, like, what's the link to the squeeze page? We'll drop the link in the comments of the YouTube watch page, as well as the event page, depending on which one you're watching on. So, Bill, if you can drop the link into the group chat in this Hangout window, I will drop it into the appropriate places.
Oh, hold on, everybody.
Top window.
Okay, let me get fancy here.
Oh, I didn't even see that. That's cool.
So then as you're doing that, maybe we can follow it up with a question. Point this question at Will and go from there. So then the final thing basically is like, we've got some really good information here, guys. Again, go back and watch that discussion between these two guys about the rules with Facebook, because I've wondered the same thing. I mean, like, where are the lines? It all comes down to all the information that you're getting. If Facebook sees it as abusive, if you're, for all sorts of crazy reasons or whatever you're doing, it's just not a good idea. So as long as you are following Facebook's rules, you can definitely take advantage of this. So my last question is that this has been really great, guys. Before we go, is there anything else that you would like to add?
Well, I do. I just think that people are always looking for something to finally make some money online, and they're always searching for the shiny object, I say. But this is not a shiny object. This is something that I do daily. And one of the things that I've heard too is people who can't do teach, and that really bothers me so much because it's such baloney. I do this daily. I make really good money doing this, and I don't mind sharing it with other people because the marketplace is so enormous that I'm never going to run into the people that I'm teaching in the market. So they're not going to be eating my lunch. And that's something that's important for people to know, that you're getting training from somebody who does it daily and is not concerned with you copying them or trying to compete with them. It's just not going to happen. There's so many different um, topics and niches that people can get into, and there's how many billion people on Facebook that you can target. So it's a huge, huge market that I think everybody can benefit from, and finally be able to say to the friends and family that are calling them nuts for even trying to make money online, that here, check this out, I did it. And I think that's important.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we've got a lot of comments here coming in, basically just saying thank you for doing this interview. Thank you for answering the questions. Great answer. And someone's already said, Bill personally answered an email of mine once, so I'm definitely in already. So look at that, just because of Bill's awesome customer service.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Right?
That's wonderful.
You need a sound effect for that.
Oh, yeah. See, I got something. I got something. Right here, yeah. I got to flip back and forth, right? Because I'm the DJ, right? See, this is what it felt like more to me because it took so long.
Well, right. And I think we're probably wrapping it up. I'm gonna say this: Zane is the man, and I love this guy, and he's doing this without. There are no affiliate links that are being shared today, and he's doing this.
Oh crap! I forgot to put my.
I don't even know why you're doing this, right? Like, I mean, it's amazing that you are. I think that, what Zane is doing by hosting these kind of things is he's really becoming an evangelist of Hangouts, and it's awesome to be able to show guys like me and Will, who are constantly looking for new things to do, new ways to communicate, to be able to show us how awesome this is. So anyone who's watching this, make sure that you're following Zane. He's got some great stuff and some amazing training about Google Hangouts that I think is absolutely worth your time. And he's been so generous with me relative to getting, like, I feel like a newbie in this, and all I'm doing is sitting here talking. And so, dude, I appreciate your time, and it's really cool. This has been a lot of fun for me.
Awesome, thank you. No, again, it's because you guys make good products, and it's easy to do these interviews with you. But thank you very much for the compliment. And again, for those of you guys who are watching, the link is in the description below. If you're watching it on the YouTube page, if you're watching it on the event page, it could be just to the right or even just below us. So the link's below. There's a squeeze page. If you're watching this after the product launches, it'll take you to the product page. And of course, feel free to ask any more questions, and if there's a question that I can't field myself because I'm not a Facebook guy, then I'll send you over to these guys or one of their customer service pages, and you guys can take it from there. So thanks so much for being here. Really looking forward to the product, and I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast since we don't really have any more questions. So thank you again, Bill, and thank you again, Will, and we'll see all of you guys in the next interview. Bye.
Bye.